Hi again. We're in the greenhouse again. Light drizzling rain and a really dark day. Today's harvest is self-pollinated seed from Heiderot. This one had quite some great plants. Strong, healthy growth, and I already harvested some of them. They were looking good. So Heiderot is a red skin, red fleshed potato, and having tested two separate batches of TPS where I was using self-pollinated seed from red flesh and red skin varieties, I think I will prefer Heiderot for breeding over the Käfermarkt Zuchtstamm. It seems a lot easier to work with, and I'll also show you another plant from the ones I'm going to harvest today. It has quite interesting features of the leaves and the plants, so we'll see what we get. Some potatoes and a little worm. Big ones, that's looking nice, and no scab until now, so good decision to go into the greenhouse. It's starting to rain more, and in the background you probably can hear the sweet sound of country life. One of the neighbors is cutting trees. That's a very good harvest. And the plant was going strong until now. It's a late producer, so if I had planted them earlier, they would have produced a lot more. That's a really good harvest. But where was it? I just saw something I don't like. Hard to see, but it's sprouting already. There's a little green sprout coming up from one of the surface potatoes. That's not good. I need good storage life because long winter, long storage before I can plant again. There's another one that's making two of the surface potatoes sprouting already. There's the sprouts. Not good. The quality is really great, but early sprouting, don't like that. But next pot. The next pot, a plant with really long vines. And this is rock hard. There might be growing a lot of potatoes inside here. I don't think I can get them out this way. So I'll cut this one open. Wow, that's an interesting root ball. That's one of the surprises you can get when growing TPS. This one was making a lot of stolons, and they are probably green because it's been a white bag and the light is getting through these. We'll see if I can. The potatoes seem to be a pale whitish color with some very light rose and very small. That's probably one of the TPS plants growing all over the bed when you plant them in the ground. Good spacing would be needed, but I think that one is a cow. Oh, one big one. And that one's scabby. I think that one wins the prize for the largest stolons this year on the TPS plants. And it seems to be a very, very late variety. Because at this time of the year, most of my potato varieties have to be done growing and are done growing, and the stolons just, when they don't feed the potatoes anymore, they have a tendency to disappear in the soil and to break down. So usually I don't find these in this amount left at this time of the year. I can't really successfully grow extremely late potatoes. So that one will be a cull. I won't grow that next year. The harvest is too small around harvesting time, so it's not done growing yet, and the color isn't too interesting. So going to the next bag. This plant was my favorite plant during the growing season. I will put in a picture of it while it was still alive. It had really beautiful leaves. If there's any ornamental potato plants, then this is one of them. Was a really nice plant with lots of red even on the leaves, so I really hope there's something worth keeping in it. The bag is very heavy, so I guess it's soaking wet. Oh yes, one of my favorite colors, cherry red. But there don't seem to be many potatoes. Okay, for a big bag like this, it's not a good producer, but I still need an excuse to plant potatoes in the flower border in front of the house, so maybe I just plant them between my dahlias. We'll see. So, prettiest plant in the whole garden. Worst harvest. Last bag for today's reveal. thinking it might be another huge root ball. Yep, it's another root monster. There's not much soil left. And you can see lots of tiny potatoes forming. That one wasn't done growing. And since it wasn't done growing, there's a little harvest, so that one is too late for me. But I'll bring the other ones into the shot to see what's inside. Here we are. Huge harvest, but sprouting early. I honestly hope it's not pretty inside, because I shouldn't keep these. White flesh with some pale red inside. That was number 2, the root monster. More white flesh. That's interesting. It doesn't have much hint of yellow when comparing these. You can see this one is slightly yellow while this one is white. But I'm not going to keep the root monster. That one was my favorite plant all summer. It has a beautiful cherry red skin and is very, very pretty from the leaves. The harvest is nothing to write home about, and the inside is disappointing. Slightly yellow with some splotchy red. And number 4, the other root monster. Has a pale pink ring and a little more intense red color in the middle. Yeah. None of them really is a keeper. These two are too late to be grown in my area. I would always have to start them in pots really early in the greenhouse, and I don't have room for that. So those are culls for sure. Here the outside color is a little bit pale. The harvest is great, but with the not too exciting inside color and the early sprouting, I need a long shelf life of the potatoes because I can't plant them early. Most years, if I'm lucky, it's the beginning of May where I can plant my potatoes in the ground. Most times it's mid-May until I have a soil temperature of 10 degrees where it makes sense to plant potatoes. So early sprouting, no, not a keeper. This one, beautiful plant, really nice to look at during the growing season. Not early sprouting, not a root monster, but tiny yield and great outside color, but inside color is not too exciting. I might plant one of them next year just because the plants are so pretty, and give it a second chance. Maybe it has a better yield next year, or I might use it to breed with another variety to see how the beautiful features of the leaves are passed on to other generations. But that's more of a decorative ornamental potato. So I might use it for breeding, but it's nothing I will keep long term. It will be around for another year or two, and when I'm done breeding with it and trying to pass on the foliage color, it will be gone. So no real keepers in this batch. Hope for tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.